We have been into the work of financial planning and on the advisory side for the last 20 years now.
He's come on television on various channels or written various articles in various financial publications.
If you don't understand any product, don't buy it. There's actually no comparison.
How does it differ from that of a CA firm? Very welcome, Mr. Surya Bhatia, to the channel Kahani's Golden Bites. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking out, your valuable time and joining this call. So, Surya, for the benefit of everybody watching this channel, could you just give a brief background about your company and what they do, Surya?
We have been into the work of financial planning and on the advisory side for the last 20 years now. We started ourselves as a CA firm, and I myself a CA. But I think as things changed, things moved on in life. I think the jolt which we get when we were initial CAs, I'll just give you a little background about it. And when people used to come and ask you the time of filing of your tax returns, that how do you think we should invest our money? And at that time, in those 20 years back I'm talking about, it was all about ATC tax saving. How can I maximize my tax saving? So that was, I think, the go-to thing. And people asked us, is PPF a good option? Shall I buy insurance? So I said, yes, you can do that. But then I was not very convinced about that what I'm saying is actually right or wrong. But then we thought, let's kind of study more about it. And it actually became quite interesting. And as luck would have it, we actually do more of the financial work and less of the CA work.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Surya. So you've got over 2 decades of experience, and what you haven't shared is, and for the benefit of viewers, Surya Bhatia and his company, he's come on television on various channels. He's been interviewed and written various articles in various financial publications. So he's quite an authority in this subject and is widely sought after. And Surya, you mentioned chartered accountants. It's absolutely valid in the sense that's the usual thing that a lot of people say. Where do you invest? Yaar, main apne CA se pooch lunga. So Surya, what are the advantages that your company as a financial planning company, how does it differ from that of a CA firm? If a standard, usual, normal norm of a CA firm. I'm just using that as a general.
See, there's actually no comparison. It's chalk and cheese, to be honest. I think the way things have turned around, I think all professions have become super specialized. So in any profession for that matter, I think it's all about in which area you particularly specialize in. Am I into audit? Am I into taxation? Am I into, let's say, handling scrutinies? So every particular field carries that element of your expertise. And that's where exactly what happens in a case of financial planning also. That area also needs your planning and your expertise. So therefore, a CA can be handling your finances, and the vice versa can also be true. But saying that just because you are a CA, you will be able to do that, that's something which is not correct.
Thanks for that, Surya. This is, very valuable information for people who just think that the CA is the best person and the only option available. Very true, because
and I will actually just add more to this, Jovi, is that we have lots of clients who are actually CAs.
I wouldn't be surprised. So the CAs come to you for
my fraternity.
Sorry?
Lot of my fraternity who are my colleagues and my guys who are even senior to me, they're actually all our clients and good friends also now.
Excellent. So Surya, that so sums up so many things that chartered accountants, in spite of having various levels of expertise, like you clearly mentioned, financial planning is just a different industry and requires a different level of expertise. Surya, there are a lot of people, those who don't even have a CA, who are probably starting off their career or just have a different perspective, say, they tend to ask their friends and relatives, paise kahan dalun, what is your opinion? What would be your advice to them? Because it's a good friend is someone that people keep going to just because they've been friendly on various aspects and advice has been sought, or a relative who's doing well, supposedly doing well, and they tend to go to him or her. So how do you compare the general, what is your view on that? What's your advice to that category of people who tend to do that, Surya?
I think it's a very difficult one. In the sense, it's actually very easy to answer. But when it comes to asking your friends and your family, we get lots of clients, investors coming to us, okay, that Surya, I want to buy this insurance policy. He's my cousin, he's my brother, he's my sister, and he's a very dear relative of mine. I'm saying, boss, you do whatever you want, but never mix money with family and friends. You should never do that. Huh? That's a golden principle. And the reason I said golden because I can just see at the back of your Kahani golden bites. Huh?
Yes.
So that's a principle you have to actually follow, that you never mix money with friendship. So it's good to take opinions, valid thoughts from people. But I think if you don't understand any product, and that's a generic statement I'm giving for applicable for everyone. If you don't understand any product, don't buy it. However good it may be, even we try to explain few structures which we believe are very good for investors, and people are not able to understand sometimes, then it's our fault, not theirs. And I think if they're not able to understand it, they should not buy it.
Excellent.
I'll give you a very simple example now. So my mom says, I want to get the best of the returns, but the lowest of the risk. I'm saying, I can't give you this product because I don't have it. So I'm saying for you, if you understand only bank fixed deposit, just go for that. Just don't trust me because I am coming to you and I'm your son. Don't do that. Understand and buy only if you understand this. And if you do that, even if it goes wrong, there are no demigods over here. I also go wrong many a times. But if you have explained it well, if you know that structure carries a risk element, and then it goes wrong, at least the investor understands that. But by going under the habit saying it's very safe, and then risk happens, and then the return kind of doesn't happen, then it's something wrong. So if you make the client also educate and the investor also educate along with you, I think the job is already done by you.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you for that, Surya. Very valuable advice. Surya, there's a certain category and that also seems to say, I have a bank account, very good relationship with the bank. The bank relationship manager keeps calling me. I'm very happy. I put all my investments are through this bank. What is, how would you compare the advice of a bank's relationship manager with that of a financial planner?
Their advice can also be good. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay. And so is there any advisor's advice can also be good. And both can have their own biases. It's you have to decide what kind of bias can step in both the professions. See, in case of an advisor, he is master of his own. So therefore, anyone kind of having a bias on him or kind of imposing something on him, the probability is low. However, in case of a bank, your relationship manager is an employee of the bank. So in case bank wants to promote something, wants to sell something, he'll be inclined to do that, even if he doesn't want to do that. Okay, there's a difference in the two. Right. So at the same time, you need to be smart enough. And it's not saying I'm saying it's right and wrong. So therefore, it's good if you understand what he's trying to pitch you, what he's trying to sell you.
So the bank relationship manager, Surya, does come with some good advice you mentioned, but they will have their own constraints in terms of having to sell only what their bank
can pitch them to sell.
Yes, sir. So they can't.
So you have to be careful about it. So it's good to be very, and it's good to be very with any advisor for that matter.
Right.
So as an investor, you should be ready to solve where we come from. It's not that they're not coming with good advice. That's not the point. But I'm saying it's your money. So if you understand it yourself and try to get educated yourself, the advantage it carries is that tomorrow no one can come and cheat you. That's important.
So it's very well, whoever comes on the table, we ourselves as individuals need to evaluate that. So Surya, if I may just ask you, a financial planner's role, is it just investing somewhere? Is that the role of a financial planner? Where do I invest? Is that the...
The financial planner actually plays a very big role. It's not about only investments. It's also about executing the same. It's also about tracking the same. So in a nutshell, financial planner actually plays a role like you're a CEO of a company, a CFO of a company. Yeah? That's what his role is, to understand the cash flows, to understand what your needs are, understand what your objectives are, and the money is available as and when your need arises. So it is not about that he doesn't have to take risk. He can take risk as any group CFO will take. it's all about making the risk meet the particular objective. So it's all about meeting the objectives with the needs. So by default, if it is a long-term goal you have, then you can actually look at taking a little bit of risk over there. You can look at equity asset class, but in case it's a short-term goal, you have to make sure the money is protected, money is very safe. So that's how anyone should work. And that's how a role of any financial planner should actually be defined across.
And some of the goals could be that, you know, somebody wants a certain amount of money, say, to buy a house, or it could be a certain amount of money that my child should be in college at a certain amount of certain few years, and hence I need to have Y amount. And, you know, if the child needs to go overseas, so you will help them plan all of this. You can sit down.
Yeah, of course. Any planner will do that for that matter. It's all about understanding your needs and matching your income with your needs and creating the structure so that it can be fulfilled over a period of time.
It's basically a discussion. It's just not coming here, you know, like some segments may have, okay, this is a great investment, why don't you just put the money? It's basically also tying in with what the customer's goals are at different stages of time. So it's basically a discussion, and then after that it's understood, and only then you go ahead with it.
Right? Absolutely. That's how it works.
Your company, it's based out of the Delhi NCR, Surya?
That's right.
If somebody wants to reach out to you, they possibly can only if they're in the Delhi NCR. And can they do that, Surya?
Yeah, of course. So we have a team of people who have been doing this, and they have been with us for the last, I think many of them are actually there for the last 15, 20 years with us. I think the advent of technology, and especially the current COVID times when you could not even venture out of your home. So when NCR was actually out of your town in a way. So we were forced to upgrade your technology, and you're actually able to work sitting from your home.
So Surya, I'll put your company's link down in this video so that if someone within the Delhi NCR wants to reach out to you for some kind of advice, they could do so. So Surya, I want to once again thank you for your time, being able to explain to some of the people who didn't know the role that a financial planner did. And there was a lot of confusion in several people's minds, and you know, they've even asked me about it, and hence I wanted to do a session with you, a chat for the viewers, so that they could understand the difference or the similarities, the overlaps between a CA, a bank relationship manager, financial advisor, etc. And once again, Surya, thank you very, very much for your valuable advice, putting it across very simply. Thank you very much for your time, Surya.